to this month's Hard Target Self-Defense Tip. What I want to address this month is release from a wrist grab. A lot of people, when they think of a wrist grab, they think of it as a kind of a lower level threat. And of course that could be the case, but it could also be a very high level threat, depending on my intention as the bad guy. You know, am I trying to remove this person from A to B, maybe pull them into a vehicle, pull them behind a bush, some sinister intention, or maybe I'm just trying to, you know, put my hand on somebody to buy them a drink, maybe offer a girl a drink in a bar, but I'll still put my hand on this person's wrists. So low level or high level. So I'll just bring Rihanna in there for a second and explain to you what I mean by that. There's lots of different wrist grabs, of course, two-handed, you know, done from behind, done with, you know, left on right, right on left, and crossovers and all sorts of stuff. We will cover that in different tutorials, but for the moment I just want to look at the basic mechanics of this. As I grab Rihanna here, am I just offering to buy her a drink? You know, there's no real aggression behind this. My hand could be over, my hand could be under. Maybe if, you know, I've just been having a chat with her, I've offered to buy her a drink, she's politely declined and I leave my hand there, maybe for a second or two that she feels a little bit uncomfortable. There's no real aggression behind it, but she feels there's something not right. She needs to release that wrist grab. So anyone who's watching this is not normal behaviour. If she said she doesn't want to drink and I leave my hand there a little bit longer than she feels comfortable with, she needs to release this. The second one that I discussed at the start is it's the same grab, we'd be over or under, but I'm now doing it very aggressively. Maybe she's on the street, standing on the bus stop or whatever, and I just grab her completely by surprise and try to move her very, very quickly, aggressively. A lot of people thinking this pulling, you know, pulling back and forward will get the release. It won't. It's going to drain your energy, it's going to damage your shoulders, it's going to damage your joints, and obviously you can strike from that position. So I want to look at the mechanics of releasing this, whether it be, you know, low level or high level. So we're going to address that now. Okay. So we're going to look at three clips here. It's going to be low level, you know, medium level, and obviously getting very, very aggressive. So because the clips you're going to look at are going to be very, very fast, I just want to get down the body mechanics so everyone knows what we're doing here. If Al grabs me, no matter what way he grabs me, this way he's going overhand. Don't worry too much about this. What I'm looking at is the little finger, the pinky finger. This has to turn towards the opening being his index, his middle finger and tongue. This is where I need to turn to. Look at that slowly as it slips out. Okay? If I don't turn the wrist and I start to pull, I'm never going to get it out. So even if Al keeps that tight, once I turn, it's going to slip out. So just look at that again slowly. I'm supinating or turning the wrist and I'm pulling toward my body. And that's the way the three releases are going to be done. Just so you know, when you're watching this, it'll happen so fast. That's the turning movement that we do. The first wrist grab I want to look at is a lower level threat. There's no real problem here, but at the same time we don't want this guy to start feeling like he's dominating us. So if Al puts his hand on Rihanna's wrist, maybe you can imagine there's a bar here, maybe, you know, cafe, a bar, whatever, and he's offered to buy her a drink, he's offered to buy her a coffee, whatever the case may be. And he leaves this here a little bit longer than she's comfortable with. I would say to the viewers watching this is not normal body language. You've just met this guy. Is he being polite? Is he not? I don't know. What I do know is that he shouldn't be doing this and I need you to release it. So we showed you how to release it. So Rihanna's going to do that, monitoring the energy she's getting. She doesn't need to be aggressive, but she does need to control this situation. So Rihanna, when you're ready, please.
No, I don't want to drink. Thanks very much.
She removed the wrist grab. She done it very, very politely. She got herself safe. She now draws a line in the sand between her and this guy. He now knows that he can't progress this any further at that point. She's politely declined. He refused to hear no. She removed his hand from her hand with the wrist release that was shown, and the job was done. Okay, so the next one we want to look at is, again, it's still a wrist grab, but maybe Rihanna knows this person. It could be a drunken friend, a friend that's got a bit aggressive, a boyfriend, whatever. But you know the person. You don't really need, we're certainly not going to advise that you start striking him to the face. We don't need that. There's no need for that at this time. But we know this is a higher level threat. It could become very problematic unless he deals with it quickly. So again, please, Al, he puts the wrist grab on, just put that on for a moment. But Rihanna feels, because of his dialogue, because of his strength of the grip, this is more aggressive. This is more sinister now. Remember the mechanics, it's still the same. But watch what Rihanna does first before she does the wrist release. When you're ready, Al.
Keep your hands to yourself.
So what did she do? Just put that back on again, Al. She simply just applied a palm heel, a simple palm heel to here, and done the same turning of the wrist. Again, please, Rihanna. Gets the job done. She gets herself in an area that she feels safe, creates space, again draws a line in the sand, so to speak. She feels now she's dealt with it. If it goes to a higher level, we're going to look at that. Third one we're going to look at in this lesson is the one that's obviously very aggressive. The bad guy has sinister intention. He's trying to move Rihanna from A to B. Okay, it's a complete surprise attack. She doesn't have the luxury or the time to turn around and ask the guy what he wants. She's going to react to the aggression she's feeling. She's going to deal with it and get safe. So when you're ready, Al.
Stay back!
Okay, so what happened there? You can see it was a very aggressive attack. He tries to move Rihanna from A to B. The principles were still the same. She still had to supinate her wrist, but she has to shake the guy's brain. This is an aggressive attack. It may seem a bit barbaric. Remember what I said. She hasn't got the time to turn to this guy and say, can I help you? What's going on? He could be hitting her. He could be using a weapon on her. We don't know. So we shake the brain with a palm strike to the face, as Rihanna done. She then felt she wanted to apply a palm shot that she done on the second drill to get the release. Notice what she done. She put a fence up, protected her personal space, and got safe and dealt with the situation. So just thank you for watching. We have had some requests from people asking us to address certain situations that they've been involved in, or situations that they feel could be threatening to them. Email us. The email address is info@hardtargetselfdefense.com, and we'll address them as we get them. So keep them coming. We enjoy getting them, and we'll address them as best as we can. I'd like to thank Al and Rihanna for helping out today. We hope to see you again next month. Thanks for watching.